Hello, hello. This is Jewel Lennard. Welcome to Lunch with Jewel. I help entrepreneurs and creatives to show up big and connect with their people. Today, we're going to talk about branding and our BOSS acronym, meaning we are branded, organized, sustainable, and success minded. And today, we're talking about branding and specifically the logo. Do you need a logo? Okay, let me think about for a minute. Yes, you need a logo. Sorry, you need one. Why? Okay, so this is going to be a two-part series today and tomorrow because what I really want to do is I really want to show you the history of my logo journey. This ongoing, right? But I really want, and the message I really want you to have is that it doesn't have to be perfect the first time, and that it's going to evolve over time until you get to something that really feels uniquely you. Okay. So, but that doesn't mean that you don't start, right? So today we're just going to talk about logos, why you need a logo, maybe how you can start to formulate one. And then tomorrow we're going to go on a journey. I'm going to show you my old raggedy logos and then my somewhat better logos. And so that you kind of get a feel and know that it's okay to start. So with that, we're gonna be kind of nuts and bolts today, but then tomorrow I'm gonna have pictures. I wanted to do it today, but I didn't have time. So first of all, what are some of the reasons why you want to have a logo for your business? Now, I'm not so sure about creatives. I like when a creative uses their signature, right? Because that's unique to you, and because you're creating so many different pieces of art and things, you don't want to contain yourself to a specific look. So I like signatures for artists, but for all of us business folk, I think you need to find something that resonates with you and communicates the message you want to communicate. So the first thing is it gives a strong first impression. So if somebody, say you're out at an event or you having some type of, you got a table somewhere and someone walks up to your table and then they're like, bam, they see your logo. I think that it immediately gives you an impression that you're down to business. You mean business. You didn't just pop up your stuff. You know, we had these pop-up shops. You didn't just pop up your business and you're not going to be here today, gone tomorrow. You made an investment in thinking through what you wanted your impression to be in the marketplace in the form of a logo. It's your visual impression. It is what people see that connects them to you. And the second reason is to stand out in a competition. So it's a very competitive environment for everybody. And the internet has really kind of leveled the playing field, right? So if you're going to make an impression, say you're in a place, say you're a bakery and you're in, some type of event where there's a lot of bakers. You want people to be able to recognize you and look at who you are. And they should be able to kind of have an association with who you are based on your logo. Okay. In some cases, mine is not, we'll get to mine tomorrow, but, so for example, if you make the best cookies on the planet and it's like grandma used to make, and then you might want to have a logo that's kind of got that home grandma feel. You might even put a grandma on there, like an old school grandma, not a new school grandma, because new school grandmas are hot. But you want to put an old school grandma on there because you want to trigger in people the memory of what it smelled like when those cookies were baking, and kind of maybe they have some memories about sitting down and talking about life over those fresh baked cookies with grandma. To the extent that you can recreate that or take someone back down memory lane with your logo, you're developing association. You might not, but you might be on the flip side. You might not want to be reminding people of grandma. You might want to be the modern cookie. So you wouldn't have a picture of grandma on your cookies. You might have something sleek. You might have some different lettering and things like that. And that connects with you and what you're about. So logos can be as unique as you are, and they give that visual impression. And so when people look at it, they're like, oh, okay, maybe this person is for me, right? Because everybody's looking for their people. The other thing is that it builds brand recognition and trust. So over time, You go to events. You have your label. We talk about the branding. You have your logo or your branding colors are all on your labels. They're on anything that you produce, any email signature, anything. Maybe you have a tagline. It's on your voicemail. It's in any flyers that you do. It's everywhere. Over time, people begin to recognize you and say, "Hey, okay, they're down to business. I think I can work with them. I trust them. They're not going to be here today and gone tomorrow." I mean, a lot of people think that. And so, to the extent that you develop your brand and then you're consistent with displaying it and connecting with people and getting it in front of people, they're going to recognize you. If you go to a big event and you see a big my big diamond with the turquoise in the middle and the smoke, oh, that's Jules here, right? And with my logo, I'll just show you mine tomorrow, the whole evolution, but it doesn't really have like that. You look at it and know exactly what I do, because I felt like with marketing automation, some of that stuff is just kind of boring. And I really like my diamond. And when I tell you the story about how I got there, and then you'll understand why it's meaningful to me. And the feeling that I want you to have when you look at it is a diamond is tough. It has clear. Originally, I started out with it being a matter of clarity, and like your business, it has many facets. There's so many meanings behind that one little diamond. And it's a crystal, my Magnesium crystal. Anyway, I digress. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. But the point is, begin the journey of discovering what your logo is. Don't wait, because it's not going to be exactly right the first time. And even if it is exactly right the first time, you're going to evolve. Your business is going to evolve. And so you may at some point get to a point where you're like, wait a minute, I want to change it. I want to change my brand. And I personally don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as you don't go too far off. For example, with my logo, there's some changes I'd like to make to it, but because it's so ingrained in everything that I do, I'm kind of like, it's going to be a big deal for if I decide to change my branding, as it will with anyone, but only because I've gotten to a point where it really represents me, I think. So with that, the answer is yes, you need a logo. Now, the second thing you need to know is don't wait to do one. And then put your down in the comment below. Just think of, this is an exercise for you to do just to get started. If you don't have one already, just get started. One, I want you to think about, what is the problem that you solve for people? Like, what do you want people to think of when they see you, when they interact with your product? What do you want them to think about? Maybe make a list of like 10 or 20 things you want them to think about. Write a list of 10, maybe like the 1 or 2 big problems that you solve for them. Okay. Think about what colors you like. And actually, there is a psychology behind colors. So maybe we'll do that we'll do that next Monday, perhaps, the color psychology. But the color matters in terms of the messaging and how people interpret, whether they trust your business, whether it's happy, it's vibrant, it's luxury, all those things are related to color. So anyway, don't worry about the colors right now, but just think about, what is it that you want to represent in the marketplace? What do you feel good about your product? What makes you feel so happy that you're in business now? Just kind of think about those things and churn on them, and then open up a Canva account if you don't have one already. It's free. And what a Canva account will allow you to do is look at a bunch of examples. So open up Canva and you type in logo, and it'll spew out tons of logos. And you will look and you'll see some maybe that resonate with you. You might say, oh, I really like the way that circle is, or I like this here over here. And you can get some ideas without having to pay, $200-$300 and go back and forth and spend time you don't have to work it through. I highly recommend that you come up with a concept before you ever engage anyone to create a logo for you. Have in your mind kind of what you want to portray, so that way they're not working from zero, because you've been with you your whole life, and a person is coming up with a logo for you, maybe not so much. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So again, do you need a logo for your small business? Yes. Do you need to wait until you can afford to pay for one? No. Should you spend some time kind of formulating your ideas and what you want? Yes. Okay. So don't wait. Come up with a logo, just something to represent you. And let's play around with it. And then tomorrow, I'm going to share my journey, like I said, on my logo. And I want your honest feedback. Like, what do you think about my logo? Because it doesn't, it's not like you look at it and you automatically know, oh, marketing automation. It's more to me, I want to convey clarity. I want to convey looking at a total picture. I want to convey, toughness and resiliency and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so now I'm rambling, but anyway, this has been Lunch with Jewel. I am so glad you're here. Go ahead and share the video if it was helpful for you. Go ahead and share it. I love when people share my videos, and I'll catch you next time on Lunch with Jewel. Bye for now.